By the way, this is the most fashionable district of Buenos Aires. While this port was being built and built, the ships became much larger and the channel remained very small and narrow.
Voila!
They catch you right on the street and offer to dance tango with you. Most of these pictures depict the neighbors who were next to him. Greetings from Buenos Aires, greetings from Argentina. Crazy Mouse Peak continues to travel around the world and is ready to give you new emotions, new knowledge, new cool and unique places. Now I will lead you along the street of Caminito, which means path. There is even one such Argentine song, which was written by a friend of a well-known person who wrote the words to tango. Then the path. Do you see this plant? It's not grapes or ivy that kills the fans, it's wild passion fruit. Here is a real tango right on the walls, look. Well, here are the sailors, the ships, the sailboats. A street on which there are a lot of marine images, landscapes, sculptures, drawings. Walk around the Boca district and meet Diego Maradona, young, beautiful, loved by all Argentines. And next to him, look at another idol of Argentines, the girl who became the hero of the comic book translated into 50 languages of the world is Mafalda. Here are two idols side by side. And all this is in the story of football fans. Of course, Argentina is football.
Voila!
And here we have the Boca Juniors uniform. It is yellow-blue. There is even a story of how it happened that the team's uniform is yellow and blue. The fact is that both of the most famous teams in Argentina had white and red uniforms. But how can it be two opponents in white and red uniforms? Who should I cheer for? And then one day they decided to arrange such a battle, a sports competition, as a result of which the winning team remains in the white and red uniform and the loser teams choose the form of the colors of the flag, the ship of which will go first to the port, and then the Swedes came first and the uniform of this team became yellow and blue. It stayed that way forever, and now we'll see who they are cheering for today, for white red or for yellow blue. More often for yellow blue. Everything here is with the image of tango, of course, because Argentina and tango are one word. And also football. Friends, I showed you the alphahor sweetness at the market, and now I can even show you it and try it with a white gingerbread and with dulce de leche condensed milk. Not bad. Delicious, I'll tell you, sweet. It's flavorful. Pretty. So what? Take all the gingerbread, wrap up. By the way, if you actively support me on my channel, I will always bring you souvenirs from my travels, so write comments here at the bottom. Friends, now I brought you to the Conventillo. It's such a dormitory. This dormitory came out not by chance. When there were a lot of immigrants, the Argentine government promised them housing, but did not keep its promise. People came, they had nowhere to live and had to huddle in such abandoned mansions and divide them into small rooms. For example, 8 people could live in one tiny room. Here, you see the room. Now there is a souvenir shop, but imagine that 8 people live in this room. One toilet for all rooms, small and very uncomfortable kitchen. And now it is a very bright tourist place. There are many souvenir shops. There are very bright, beautiful paintings on the walls.
Hola!
And along this street, which is very creative, we came to the port, came to the river. See, there is such a big mast here. It was put here for a reason, because when sailors came to the port, their wives and children were waiting for them here. It was such an iconic place, and now there is a mast in this place. France, Buenos Aires continues to surprise. Now I'm at the place of a huge mural that is added to the Guinness Book of Records because it was drawn by one person. The artist of this beauty is Alfredo Segatori. Look how many people he portrayed. By the way, an interesting fact, most of these drawings depict the neighbors who were next to him. They would come and say, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Draw us here too." Unbelievable. France travels in Buenos Aires continue. I came to Puerto Madeira. It's a port, an old port, and now too, most likely the ships are coming, but not as planned before. Because while it was being built and built this port, the ships became much larger and the canal remained very small and narrow. I want to put your attention to this bridge. These 3 support columns, 2 of them which are less fixed, and this is fat, you see? It detaches, turns, and part of it is thrown over this column. And so a yacht with such high masts can pass here. And so you see, it wouldn't have passed. Here in front of me is the Frigate Sarmiento. Imagine he made 33 round-the-world trips. Now it is moored and does not go to sea, but it stands here as a museum. You can go in to see the souvenirs that are stored there, and it brought souvenirs from all the port in which it was for all round the world trips. It's just a treasure trove of travel stories. I think I'll need to do my museum like that too. After I've toured the world 33 times, I will get friends all over the world. By the way, to have more friends, subscribe to the channel and follow my stories. Yeah. By the way, this is the most fashionable district of Buenos Aires. Party cool area. Restaurants. Everything is so fashionable, modern, very party cool. Here you can walk during the day, you can walk in the evening, and in the evening the lights come on. Very atmospheric place. Today is an incredible evening. I came to the tango show. Here is the most intense nightlife actors, directors, photographer, artists, rock musicians live here, and they are depicted on all alleys. And here is how these murals, all the drawings are created.
Big. And you? Chanchita.
It is a rubber tree. It is 200 years old. We are going into a dark dungeon. Clear, clean, safely.